Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm, yeah. Mm. Born and dead, saved by love, count my blessings from above. Though in darkness, have no fear. Light will shine on those holding near. They know that sorrow they will pass. For I know in this life there will be something. But remember that love, yes it will. Love will reign. Yeah, love will reign. Yeah, in my heart I believe it. Love will reign. Oh, yeah, yeah. Have a vision, it's clear and plain. People living life, smiling again. Oh, see the children, they know no pain. Far from pressure, stress and strain. Oh, sorrow, they will pass. For I know in this life there's gonna be some pain. But remember that love, yes it will. I know, yeah, love will reign. Gotta believe it. In my heart, I truly believe sun will shine again. And love, I can hardly wait. We'll all be together. There'll be peace, peace, sweet peace, happiness and joy. One day, someday, pain will be over and love will reign. They won't last, for I know in this life there's gonna be some pain. In the end, love will reign. Love will reign. Said in His word, weeping may endure the night. Love will conquer all. Love will win the fight. So don't be discouraged. Don't be dismayed. Darkest hour just before the light. Hate will be crushed, fear will be gone, love will remain and go on and on. Though the road seems rough, my friend, we know how the journey ends. Oh, yeah. La, da, da, da. La, da, da. La, da, da. Oh, oh. La, da, da, da.
Love will reign. one of my favorite songs. Kier Coleman Ward has musical genius running in his veins, and I want to thank him for affording us the opportunity to use that as our opening song. I play it in its entirety, and I know that's lengthy for some people, but in the end, love. And I encourage you to get that song and his entire project, which is entitled Love Will Reign. It is a wonderful gift and a wonderful inspirational collection of music that you should have among your collection of music. Thank you, Kier Coleman Ward. And thank you for joining us live on Love and Stuff, whether you're watching us from the Love and Stuff community page, which is home central for us, inside Love and Stuff. If you're watching us from the Marcus R. Holmes page or any of the love groups to which we are attached on YouTube events, Twitch TV, excuse me, or on Twitter, I hope that you will click share, tag 5 of your closest friends or connections or subscribers, 5 of the more popular ones, to join us in this Love and Stuff community as we bring a topic from the past up for discussion today. I wanted to take a moment, because it has been a moment since I think I've been live directly, to take a moment of silence for one of the Inside of Love and Stuff members, and for one of the Gratefulness Journey Everyday initial charter members, for Marilyn Nelson Hamilton, who recently made her transition. And I had a chance to attend the homegoing, which was beautiful and befitting for her. And I just wanted to have a moment of silence. And this is one of the candles that she purchased for me. She used to buy me these teak wood mahogany candles all the time, felt like all the time. And she began to buy the intense version that is a slow burn. And so I've used this one, and I have one left. And I just wanted to have a moment of silence in her memory, just to acknowledge her presence in our community, her support, and her love. Thank you. We love you, Marilyn, forever. All right. Tonight, we have some replay content that I want to share with you and come back and talk to you in parts of it. Relationships can bring interesting situations, sometimes sticky situations. And I want to share with you, again, from our vault, some topics that might hit close to home. So I want you to click share and tag someone to join us as we have discussions relative to relationships and kind of all things relationships. And I think it's important that we have these discussions and continue to have them in the Love and Stuff community. And that's why I'm so grateful that you are here. So just as we get ready to go to that, a quick break, and we will be right back with that content while you click share and tag some others to join us. What you wear says something about you, about who you are, what you believe, and what you stand for. So here in the Love and Stuff community, we wear the brand that we live, and we live the brand that we wear because we love the brand. It's all about increasing the amount of love in the world and upping our love game. And if that's what you're about, you should wear it too. And just before I get into the topic, I want to just always thank you for coming and being part of the Love and Stuff community. It's a place where it's not judgment, and you can always come and share varying perspectives. That helps to keep it interesting. So we respect everyone's perspective, everyone's varying beliefs. Christina Smith has joined us. Thank you for coming to Love and Stuff. So that everyone has a chance and opportunity to speak. And we really try to take as many of the topics as we can out of the inbox. But I wanted to open by just mentioning, I am a big, you may not know, but I'm a big Jill Scott fan. Stephanie Bolger, my cousin, has joined us. Thank you for coming to Love and Stuff. Big Jill Scott fan, and it's in the news that she's served her husband with a divorce, that there is a prenup in place. And what he is saying is that she is an evil woman, which I cannot imagine this beautiful, statuesque, full-figured woman who is gifted beyond belief, is an evil woman. He says she comes from a family. Cheryl says, putting my fuzzy robe on and getting my tea set up ready. Christina, love you much. He says she's an evil woman that's been reared from a family of women with very few men in the family, and she believes that what Jill Scott wants, Jill Scott gets. And so he feels that she's met her match because he's not the kind of man that's just going to punk down to that and let her run him. And so I thought it was very interesting. You think that people that are famous or beautiful and all of these different things, accolades that I could give to Jill Scott, she has her love woes too. So love woes can happen anyway. She's still full figured to me. She's not svelte yet, but you know, I find beauty in full figured women. You don't have to be skinny and, you know, model, traditional model size 4'2" dress, but that's my understanding. So, and right before I go to the topic, I had to mention that I wanted to just read this letter that I got from Miles Chapel Christian Methodist Episcopal Church in Houston, Texas. It's dated November 3rd, and it's on behalf of the Southeastern Texas region, Houston district of the CME Church. We would like to thank you for your financial contribution to the Harvey Relief Fund. There are many in our congregations and community who were devastated by the flood waters from Hurricane Harvey, some losing all they had. The overwhelming effects to their physical and spiritual well-being are far-reaching and will remain for years to come. The generous support of individuals and churches like you will go a long way in helping to minimize the trauma, relieve anxieties, and assist in their restoration. We are extremely grateful for your response to the needs of the suffering among us. Your generosity makes it possible to continue in mission and ministry for the kingdom of God. May he continue to richly bless you. In his service, Pastor Valencia Etner, who is the senior pastor and a part of our Love and Stuff community. I hope she comes through tonight. And her presiding elder of the Houston district, Reverend Waldo Murphy. So I wanted to read that. I don't know if you've received similar letters, because I certainly encourage you to give. But if you haven't given, there's still an opportunity to help the people who were impacted by Hurricane Harvey. And I just wanted to share the thank you letter that I received for the contributions that were made from our Love and Stuff community. Philip Patrick has joined us. Thank you for coming to Love and Stuff. And now I see no comments, so you must give me some likes just to make sure you are there. Okay, thank you so much, Adrian. Thanks. I got a few likes. All right, so I'm going to the topic, which came straight from the inbox, and I'm going to read it from the inbox. See some likes, but somebody comment just so I make sure, because we've had some freeze moments before, and I don't want that to happen. So here's from the inbox, today's topics. Well, thank you, Philip Patrick. He said, hey. Okay, very good. Welcome to Love and Stuff. I think this is your first time, and I hope that you will be back for many times to come. So from the inbox, it says, hello, Mr. Love and Stuff. What do you think about this? Okay, great. Sure. I'm glad everyone can hear me. Rebecca Jones has joined us. Thanks for coming back to Love and Stuff. Here we go. Jason Lloyd, who just had a birthday and is one of my elementary school buddies. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. What do you think about this? I'm in a new relationship with an old friend who is the ex of my boy from 4 years back. Our group or circle with 6 girls and 5 guys has traveled together, even sports trips with fellas only. Aria Moody has joined. Rebecca Jones has joined. Thank you. I always admired her beauty and knew that they were a mismatch, but I never in any way flirted or pursued her. Kenyatta Roxanne has joined. Thanks for coming back to Love and Stuff. He has now been married, happily so he says, for 2 years, so I decided to take her out. We have so much in common, including our circle of friends. One who we ran into while at dinner. She, this is the friend, went in, telling us that it was taboo. It kind of spooked her, being the girlfriend, but not me. This might be the love I waited a lifetime for. Should I go for it? I'm going to read it one more time because I know people are joining. Andrea said, oh, Adrian says, oh, damn. Oh, Iris says, ooh, I'm already cringing. Corey Barksdale was here. Thank you for joining. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. We're going to have to swipe you in one day so you can sing for us. Kenyatta says, I'm here, Marcus. What's up? I'm glad you are here. Thank you so much. LaShawn says, no, dog. I just want to read it one more time because I thought it was, hello, Mr. Love and Stuff. I guess that's me, right? What do you think about this? I'm in a new relationship with an old friend who is the ex of my boy from 4 years back. So this guy is with a girl. Our group or circle with 6 girls and 5 guys has traveled together, even sports trips with fellas only. So he does know this guy more than just casually. I always admired her beauty. He's referring to the girl, ex in the relationship, and knew that they were a mismatch, but I never in any way flirted or pursued her. He has now been married, talking about the guy, happily, so he says, for 2 years, so I decided to take her out. We have so much in common, including our circle of friends, who we ran into while at dinner. She, the circle of friend, went in telling us that it was taboo. It kind of spooked her, the new girlfriend, but not me, he says. This might be the love I waited for a lifetime. Should I go for it? So I'm coming back to your comments because I see things are happening. So LaShawn said, no, dog. Christina says, yes, life is too short. One man's garbage can be another man's treasure. Thank you, Christina. Adrian said, this is going to be 3.5 hours Love and Stuff. No, sir. We're going to keep it to a moderate pace, even though you should be commenting and letting me know in my inbox it's too long. Derek Waller has joined. Thanks. I think this is your first time in Love and Stuff. Derek Anderson has joined. I think it's your first time in Love and Stuff, and I'd love to hear both of your opinions. Rebecca Martin is watching as well. Thank you so much for coming back to Love and Stuff. Wendy says, right, Adrian. Rebecca says, hi, Brother Marcus. God bless you. Right, Adrian. LaShawn says, no. Ronaldo says, absolutely. The guy is married now. They weren't married, so no harm. Like he said, what if she is the love of his life? If she meant that much to the friend, he would have married her. Good point. Sean Harding from Detroit Mass Choirs joined us. Thank you for coming to Love and Stuff. Kenyatta says, whatever. If dude is happy with the wife, who cares? Pam English has joined us, and I think she has her own YouTube channel too, so congratulations and kudos to you. The new girlfriend is going to buckle to the pressure from the circle and bounce. Now, Adrian, that's the first thing that I thought. I thought because they're all still in the circle of friends, that she is going to buckle to the pressure of the other women who are going to say, that's some skank stuff. And so I wanted to ask you, men and women, do men respond differently to this kind of thing than women? Is there a difference? Hey, Pam, thanks for coming. I'm going to have to swipe you in too to sing one time. Natalie Craig has joined us. Thank you for coming to Love and Stuff. Aria says, I'd feel weird. How many of the brothers would feel weird if you were in the same situation where you never hit on her, you never flirted with her, but that brother let her pass by and you said, shame on him. I'm going to get with her. He clearly is married. Should be no harm, no foul. How many brothers? I want to see, because I want to see if there's a trend here. How many brothers would feel like Aria, kind of weird? Adrian said, right, bro. Mary Daly has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. LaShawn said he better be prepared to lose his boy. That ish ain't gonna work. You can't smash your boy's old boo. Interesting. Thanks, LaShawn. Ronaldo says, absolutely. Men normally don't trip over that. I would be okay. Adrian, however, says, Ronaldo, he can't do it. So I'm trying to find out, is this something that is taboo where the guy is married? He's no longer, so there's no chance for him and this woman. But there's another guy in the circle who finds the woman attractive and asks her out once he sees that she's not an opportunity or an option for the guy who dated her. And it might help to add in a little bit of back and forth in the inbox. I learned that they did date for about 3 years. So they dated for 3 years and then they broke up, and 4 years have passed by since the breakup. So does it matter the length of time? Would it matter if they had been married? I thought men responded differently than women. I'm wondering if they do, Kenyatta. Some men are saying no problem with it. Adrian is saying can't do it. Thank you, Ralph Petty from St. Louis or from Detroit. Bishop, Archbishop, thank you, sir, for joining Love and Stuff. I think it's your first time. Thank you, Richard Green, for joining Love and Stuff. I think it's your first or second time. Christina said, if he is an honest man, he will protect her from the petty drama. Hello, Tracy Green. I'm glad you were able to join us. Thank you so much. Monique James is watching. Thank you for coming to Love and Stuff. He's married, but the soul ties are still there. Okay, Adrian. All right. But should he be over the soul ties? Should he be over the possibility of reconnecting since he's married happily? Angela Hutchins is watching, fresh from voting, right? Terry Love says, yes, he should go for it. His friend shouldn't be a problem if he's truly over her. Yes. Yes, that's a good point, Terry Love. And welcome to Love and Stuff. I didn't see you come in. Thanks so much for your friendship as well. Kenyatta says, and I agree with Ronaldo. Why didn't he marry her if he liked her so much? The guy had the opportunity to propose. I don't get his issue. Well, I don't think he knows yet. Now, I think that the girl who saw them at dinner, who went in on them and said it was taboo, I don't think she's going to keep it a secret. So I'm pretty sure the guy will know. But I don't think that they've brought this to the group's attention yet. They haven't come out that they're dating because she is more concerned than he is about the response. Sandy Hudson is joining us. Thank you for coming to Love and Stuff. Ronaldo says, who am I to stop anyone from being happily in love? If that man is my friend, then I want him to be happy. She was a good woman, but just not good for him. That isn't bad. Maybe it didn't work out because he wasn't ... I can't see the rest of that comment. Rebecca says, awkward. First word that came to me. Interesting. Thank you. So I got a few women that are saying, no, awkward, don't do it. And a few men that are saying, no, don't do it. But a few people that are saying, go for love. Go for where it is. Okay? Ari says he may do that as well. If the women complain enough, the guys may just shake their heads and keep going though. Sorry, what's the topic? I'll get to you in 1 second, Tracy. Once your boy hit, you can't hit. Okay, that's the hit rule, huh? He'd have to give up someone. The girl would buckle or dude would lose his boy. Dating in the friend circle is mad stank. I'm judging them with a magnificent side eye. Yes, you are. Your side eye is like this. Yeah, come on, side eye. You got a real side eye going on. Yes, you do. But is that the rule? Is that the rule in Love and Stuff community? If your boy hits, if your girl hits, do girls hit? If the two people have soul ties, like Adrian said, I'm going to say it in the grown folks way. Is it okay for someone else in that circle to have some ties? Kimberly Settles Bryant has joined us. Thanks for coming back to Love and Stuff. If you press the dots, you can see the rest of the comment, Dan. Oh, thank you. I pressed dots and then it still had ... but I'm going to keep trying that. I'm going to master this one day. That's 30 to 40 years of awkward to come. Okay. Adrian, would you think it would be more awkward for the men, equally awkward for the men and women? Is it a balanced awkward? Kenyatta says, I guess it depends on who broke up with who. I missed it if you said how they did. No, I didn't say how they broke up. Just that they broke up. It's been 4 years. The guy got married in 2. So he's been married 2 years. Tanisha Eason is watching. Thank you for coming to Love and Stuff. That's if the circle is still tight. I believe the circle is intact enough that the woman has some trepidation about announcing it to the rest of the group. So they evidently still have gatherings or events that they still all participate in together. And of course, the guy with the new wife. So I would say they're intact. Wendy says some men feel that once his, always his, regardless of who he's with. How many men agree with Wendy and agree with LaShawn? If you hit it, and agree with Adrian, it's soul ties, once mine, always mine. Can I get some likes if that's your opinion? Philip Carter has joined us. Thank you, sir, for coming to Love and Stuff. Christina says yes. And I'm double back, Christina, to let me know what you're saying yes to. You agree with them, once he is, always is? Or you agree, love? Patricia Taylor has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Aria says this is why you have to be careful how you date. If there was a ton of touchy-feely going on or any sexual activity at all, I can't imagine being with one of my ex's boys. Okay? All right. So if you were intimate with your boy, you can't imagine then being touchy-feely with his boy. Is that what you're saying? Give me a like, Ari, if that's what you're saying. LaShawn says, girls call it the girlfriend rule. Okay. Kenyatta, that's a good point. Tanisha says, hey, bro. Hey, Tanisha. Don't do it, Wendy says. Don't do it. Back away. Do not do it. Is that what you're saying, Wendy? Don't you do it. That's what I can see your face doing this, Wendy. Don't you do it. If that's what you're doing, give me a love. Ronaldo said if it's a problem with the friend, then that means that the friend still has feelings. And I think you mean the friend, the ex-boyfriend. Is that what you mean, Ronaldo? Give me a like if that's what you're saying. Thanks, Aria. Will Crowley has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Tanisha says, no. Patricia says, just join. What's the topic? So to catch you and Tracy up, there is a gentleman who would start dating an old friend. The challenge is that this old friend used to date his ex, used to date one of his boys. And so that boy is now married, but they're all in a group of 11 friends, 12 now with a married wife. They're all friends, and she's a little pensive because they've been seen in public by one of the friends about people seeing them in this relationship. And I'm wondering, is it okay to date? And he's wondering, should he go for it? I told him jokingly he's already going for it if he's telling me that they're dating. But he's wondering, should he go for it? Because this might be his chance for love, even though the other guy didn't, stick with it. LaShawn said if they're hiding even a little, they got problems. I would imagine. I would imagine it takes a little bit of courage, though, to overcome people that you hang around, their opinions and concerns about you. We all have faced that pressure. Some have succumbed to it, some have not. But I can imagine that would be difficult if these are your friends and you're thinking that they're giving you the side eye like LaShawn is. Once you let it go, it's not yours anymore, period. Tanisha, very interesting. Someone else earlier was saying, once yours is always yours, men think. Ronaldo said, if I slept with you and we are done, then good riddance. That just means I dodged a bullet. Interesting. Kind of different than what some of the others are saying, Ronaldo, about soul ties. That once you've had sex with somebody, it is always a tie to them sexually. This is drama, shaking my head. Kenyatta says, it might not be your drama or mine, but it is somebody's real life. It's somebody's chance at love. And if you want to be honest about it, a lot of people are looking for love, relationships. And so if a love relationship presents itself, there are people that would attempt to take advantage of that love relationship. I don't see this as any different than that. Now, it might have some dramatic features attached to it, but there could be drama. That's part of the stuff with love, depending on how you will go about it. Jalita Nolan has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Tanisha says, no dating their friends. Okay, all right. Maybe not, Ronaldo, Aria says. LaShawn says, in theory, Tanisha, but jiggas be tripping. Jiggas. Come on, jiggas. Christina says, yes, women are more uncomfortable than a man when dating an ex. So, Christina, tell me why that is. Why would a woman be more uncomfortable dating a man when the ex is one of the friends than a man might be? Julita says, hello, what are we talking about? We're talking about you just got here. No, I'm teasing. We're talking about dating in a circle of friends when two friends have dated and then they stop dating and another friend dates that one of those friends, if that makes sense. Trying to give you the short version. Joy Botiford Greer has joined. I hope she brought some Starbucks with her. I'm teasing. Leon Wilson has joined. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff, both of you. They have broken up for 7 years. They have broken up for 4. They dated for 3, broke up. They've been broken up for 4 years. So they dated for 3, they broke up, and it's been 4 years since the breakup. Okay? That's a long time, you're saying. So I hope that kind of informed what I was telling you. They dated 3 years, broke up, and it's been 4 years since that. 2 years into that 4 years is when the ex-boyfriend got married. So he's been married for 2 years. If they're real tight and still are, I can see awkward. I so agree with Ronaldo tonight. Oh, good. That's good. I'm just that you're agreeing. Did she know they were friends before they started dating? Oh, they were all friends. It's a group of 11 friends, 6 women, 5 guys. And so they were all friends. And the one guy always appreciated that she was beautiful, but she was dating his boy. So he never thought about it until they broke up and the boy got married. Then he said, you know what? I'm going to ask her out. And sure enough, she went out and they hit it off. And they've been hitting it off ever since. Vertanji Kendricks Bailey has joined us. Christina says, clearly both of them moved on and she was available. His loss. Good point. Ari says, I think the fact that he asked means he's uncomfortable with it in some ways too. I'm sure he's pensive about proceeding forward with a relationship amongst, these are his friends. This is his circle of friends, right? Curtis Mobley has joined. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Tanisha, they were all friends. Thanks for that. I'm just to sip my tea. Cheryl, don't just sip your tea. Join in. Oh, no, Wendy, I can't then or couldn't. Okay? And I wonder, are women different than men? Hayward Crawford has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Evelyn Graham has joined us. Thanks so much for coming back to Love and Stuff. Cheryl says, but my question would be, does the ex-guy bring his wife among the friends group? Yes, I did ask that question myself. Yes, he brings her around and she is aware that he used to date the friend. And so far she's been mature about it. Hasn't really befriended the friend, but she's been on girls types of activities and was fine with being there. And they both were fine with being there because she felt like it's over with him, you know. So they both have been able to get along amicably, not, you know, girly girlfriends, but they can be in the same events and activities and be cordial and speak. So it hasn't been drama on that part so far. How long ago did his friend date the woman? And are the guys really friends or merely friendly? They're in a group of friends who have traveled together, Tracy. The fellas have done fellas-only sports events together. The girls have done girls-only events. They've done events together over a span of a number of years. I don't know exactly how long they've been knowing each other, but they've been knowing each other for quite some time, all knowing each other. So he didn't characterize this guy as his best friend. He didn't say he was the best man in his wedding, that kind of thing. But they're all friends. And to answer your question, how long ago did his friend date the woman? He dated the woman for 3 years, 4 years ago. So they dated for 3 years and they broke up. And it's been 4 years since that breakup. And the guy has since gotten married. Right, Tanisha? Y'all not going to compare notes on me. Vertanji's looking around. Adrian is here. Lynn Lipsy is here. Thanks for coming. Dolores, a.k.a. Michelle Archibald, has joined us. Thanks for coming. Vertanji, you say nope. Just like that. Nope. With the lips, okay? Good evening. Thank you for coming. Noble Tony Jelks has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. LaShawn said the woman would be uncomfortable because she'll be classified as a hoe. Why is the woman a hoe? Is the man a whore? Or is the man a gigolo? I don't even know if people still say gigolo. Why is she a hoe and he's not? I'm trying to figure that out. Ronaldo says, that is not true. I do not always have a soul connection with women from my past. Okay. Speaking very honestly here, some people just didn't mean that much to me. What we are failing to realize is that we do not have all of the... See, I pressed the dot, it didn't give me the rest of it. It didn't. Sorry. If maintaining the circle was important, then perhaps it would have been advisable for the new couple to approach the circle, including the old ex who's married now, and explain their intentions and get the blessing. Adrian, I think that the one time I almost never say this, that's doing too much. I think that's doing too much. I don't know if you need the ex's permission, especially when the ex is now married. I don't know if you need their permission. I think personally that everybody in the circle has to be mature enough to accept that there are two people in the circle whose relationship has changed. And we will honor and respect that. It didn't change during the course of, she didn't steal him from somebody, it wasn't that kind of thing. So I don't know about that, but Lynn Darby has joined. Thank you for coming to Love and Stuff. For me, it's my imagination. Wow. Did they do what we're doing now? Did he treat her better? Is he treating me better? And now she's going to be mad at me. All those type of thoughts. Wow. I wouldn't have gotten that. Thank you for adding that perspective. Wow. You would be always comparing yourself to her. Kamal has joined us. One of our co-hosts for Love and Stuff has joined us. Thanks, Kamal, for coming. Tracy, they've been broken up for 4 years, and the ex is now married for 2 years. Thank you all. You are so informative. Jalita says, oh, wow, no, just against the girlfriend code. No way. Women are almost resounding similarly saying, except for Christina's holding out the bastion there. She's holding out the flag saying, go for it. Evelyn says, men are okay with it. Women have the problem. Evelyn, would you have a problem with it? Good evening, Kamal. Monique says, when in doubt, don't. All right, I thought you was going to say, when in doubt, shout. Come on, doubt. No, don't come doubt. Mark Holloway has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Terry Love says, why should the group be upset if they are in love? This could be the best thing that happened to him. Just be happy for them. The first has moved on. I kind of agree with that in some parts, though I can see where some people, if they're not mature, are going to always instigate. Because you have that in groups where people aren't always emotionally mature. Right, Monique? Don't. Tanisha is laughing. My cousin Jan Holmes Boyd has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Christina says at some point their news will be old news and this too shall pass. I like the way you spelled too shall pass. Okay, there is no claim then. There is no claim. I don't know. There is no claim. There is no claim. I just can't touch something my girl has touched, no matter how attractive. My girls are considered my sisters, so ugh. Thank you for that. Christopher Bryan has joined us. Good evening. I'm not teaching on, brother. I'm reaching on. I'm facilitating so you all can help me to teach the gentleman in the inbox who is wondering whether or not he should go for it, even though I think he's already going for it, in a relationship in their circle. It's a circle of 11, now 12, and he is dating one of the sisters who used to date another brother in the circle. But that brother is now married somebody and brought her in the circle, so. Ooh, that's messy. The wife and the ex and two friends hit the same girl. Hot ass mess dance. Projectile vomit. No. The wife and the ex and two friends hit the... What I'm saying is, I don't know if it's messy. I don't know if I'm with Aria that you have to be thinking, I wonder what they did. I don't know. I think that's your past. And unless you haven't resolved it, you have to let it go. You can't hold her to a standard of, you're always going to be my ex. No, that was my past. I can't hold you to that past because it didn't work out. It worked out for 3 years to whatever degree that was, and that's the end. And now I've moved on, and I am happily married, and so that's my past, I guess. Accidentally, I may not have that issue. Knowingly, I may wonder if this was in the works all along. That would make me feel disrespected, even though I don't want the ex back ever. Maybe it's just because it always, and I can't get, contrary to what LaShawn is telling me, I can't press it and get the ... So I have to see it. I always have to go back and watch the show to get the ... Old boy can't have her on lock if he's brought his new relationship into the circle. Soul tie my foot. I'm with you, Cheryl. Come on, foot! Now, you can't say soul tie and you tied to somebody else. And there are no children involved. There was no marriage involved, even though I think if there were marriage, there might be some other discussion to have. I don't know. But you are clearly severed from the relationship, whether or not you resolved and reconciled your feelings, which I think is important when ending relationships, because sometimes we ended a relationship in 2010, but we didn't resolve it and reconcile it until 2014. So everybody along that trail and path are done a disservice because we still reconciling and resolving issues from an earlier relationship. So I think we do have to work at, when we end something, work at ending it by reconciling and resolving. And that's not always easy because both parties aren't always willing to do that. But you can't hold somebody hostage to something that you haven't reconciled or resolved. Rashida the Glam Dr. Williams has joined us. Lynn Lipsy says you can't see or hear anything. Why don't you come out and come back in? I think everybody else can. I hope so. LaShawn says exactly, Tanisha. No. He's frozen. He's back. Oh, no, not. I think old boy may have been quietly coveting the girlfriend even when she was with the guy who ended up getting married. Maybe he thought she deserved someone better, him, even when they were together. I asked that, Adrian, and I don't know, if he answered honestly or not. I felt that he was being honest in his answer. Typically, when somebody is just straight up lying to me, I get this feeling to the left side of my chest. If people are telling me the truth, it kind of centers with me. But when it's to the left, I'm kind of like, okay. So I kind of felt like he was telling me, I do really. You're talking to me and it drops right in the center. I'm like, oh, okay. It goes to the left. I'm like, And I might probe, more to get some information like, oh, that's a lie. I might not even say that's a lie, but I might just go, oh, okay. So I kind of got the feeling that he was telling the truth, that he saw she was a fine woman in his sight, but he never approached her and never said, I wonder how it is. I wonder how that sex is. I wonder is it good. He didn't have those thoughts because she was with him. And he didn't pursue those thoughts when they broke up. Only after his friend got married did he say, I could even think this way. And he did, and mustered the courage to ask her out for a date. And she went out on the date, and they've been dating ever since. This is touchy on all levels, Vertanji says. Why is that? Tell me why. What's a gigolo? Well, LaShawn, I was trying to get the male version of hoe. I didn't know. Male hoe? I don't know. LaShawn, does it say see more after the dots? No, it does not. The double standard of mankind. Gigolos are man whores. That's what I thought. Davon is watching. Hey, Davon. You don't even check on Mr. Marcus no more. You grown and you can't check in. This is Love and Stuff. Welcome. Adrian says, not permission, but understanding. Okay, I get that. Ronaldo says, here's the rest. We do not have all of the background knowledge. How serious were the two exes? Did they ever talk about a future? There's a big difference if we were very serious versus just passion, passing the time. They dated for 3 years, so that kind of sounds somewhat serious. You can be 3 years and not know somebody. They could be living a very different life. But I got that they were one of the main couples in the group. And they dated 3 years. Sharon Johnson Knuckles has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Cheryl says they don't need anybody's permission to find love. Awkward or no, if they are happy, that's it. Come on, that's it. Come on, that's it. Couldn't get it out. Tracy says, I think the better question is how would the wife feel about the husband's objection? And we don't know that the husband is objecting yet, Tracy. So I don't know if that's the better question. We aren't there yet. It's rhetorical, but if the man is married, why should he care? If he does, he needs to ask himself why and tell his wife. People, and see it says ... It doesn't say Seymour. Denise Scruggs Caldwell has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. LaShawn says, thanks, Aria. I didn't know what he was talking about. Oh, okay. When in doubt, shout. Thank you, Monique. Jacqueline Hayes has joined us. Thanks for coming back to Love and Stuff. Sandra Bowden Gauze Butler has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Dad, they can't all be in the same circle. Insecurity creeps in. That is a breeding ground for insecurity. But shouldn't adults be able to accept the decisions of others in their group? I mean, clearly, it's not that it was a marriage, or it's not like they broke up in September and in November at Thanksgiving table, they were playing footsies under the table. It It was a separation of time where he respected the time and didn't make a move until his friend was married, into his marriage. So I think I think maybe in this group you have to be an adult. And maybe if there are insecurities, you need to address them about, well, I wonder if they're okay with that, would they do the same thing to me? Yep. If you let go of a good woman, and that good woman, you evidence that you no longer want to be with that good woman by marrying another good woman, you don't have rights, title, license, certificates to that woman. I mean, that's my 2 cents. That's true, Tracy. I don't know, Tanisha. I personally could not have had an intimate relationship with one guy in a group, then be intimate with someone else in the group. It's a little whorish. Is it whorish because they're both guys? I don't know. Is it whorish? I don't know. Tell me the whorish part. When I think whorish, I don't know if I'm thinking whorish the right way. Maybe whorish, I need a revelation on whoredom. It seems like whoredom here is because two guys in the same group, there is some code of ethics that has been violated, that you become a whore after the first one. I'm just not sure I get the code of ethics. So help me with my whoredom challenge, because I'm not sure I get it. I'm trying, but I don't get the whoredom. But I see that women seem to think that a little bit more than most men. Wow, there are a lot of men here that are quiet right now. Yes, correct, just still not, Jolita says. This may divide the friend circle. It could. You're absolutely right. Amber Dior, I didn't see you join. What are we talking about tonight? The short, we're talking about a group of 11 friends. A couple within the friend broke up 4 years ago. The man ended up getting married. The woman ends up dating another man in the group. Is she wrong? Is he wrong? Can this work? He wants to know, should he go for it? Even though I feel like he's going for it. Christina says that chapter of friends may need to come to an almighty close. Wow. I don't know if I would want to lose all of my friends, even though I got some pretty opinionated friends. And they might say the same about me. Some of them are here, and so now. Pretty opinionated, and I think they would be telling me, you don't do, especially the women. I don't mean to sound sexist, but some of the women will be saying, I know you're not doing that. I know you're not doing that. Marcus Holmes, come on, let me sit you down. I know you're not doing that. I have some friends that are like that. Of course, I have some friends that are like Christina that would say, go for it. I see you. I would hate to lose good friends over that. I'd really hate to lose it. Shakaris has joined. I'm sorry I didn't see you come in. Welcome to Love and Stuff. I've been in the same place with my wife's ex. Shakaris, I need to swipe you in a minute then, because I want you to share. For the record, Shakaris is not the gentleman that we're speaking of, but I'd like to get some, I'd like to swipe you in a minute to be able to ask a couple questions if you're willing to do that. Kenyatta says, I would think that the two guys would be doing the proverbial high fives that they smashed the same female. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I would never do it to each their own. I don't know if all men are like that. Not a woman that you're interested in that regard. Yes, there are men that would be like, wasn't it good? What won't he do it? Won't she do it? There are men like that. But I don't think in this regard it's kind of the high five, especially because they're pensive about even letting the group know. LaShawn says, Kenyatta, we agree tonight. I'm not doing two dudes in the same friend circle. Yeah, I like that you all are agreeing. Aria says, maybe it's just because it's always been so taboo and women are looked at so much more harshly when it comes to romantic relationships. Thank you for that, for Aria. Thanks, Aria. That kind of clarifies some of it. Maurice Bailey has joined. Welcome to Love and Stuff. Thank you, sir. That's a bit complex. They've all been essentially group dating for years. That's correct. You are correct, Cheryl. It is complex because they feel some kind of way about the norms, right? They formed, and the norms we're friends, I think there is another couple in the group that have been a long-standing couple, but they're not married, but they're a couple. And then the other ones have just kind of, been friends and, explored and things didn't happen, but they all get together, right? So it's only been really 2 substantive relationships, male and female, in the group. And then now a third, which involves one of the same people. So it is a bit complex. And I think it does require adults. Tanya Dismukes has joined. Did he talk to his boy before he went after the guy's ex? See, no, he didn't. And I don't think he went after the ex, because the ex is ex. It's done. Because you're married. There is no consideration for the guy's ex. There is no entitlement to her, I guess is what I'm saying. But it sounds like there is a whoredom, gigolo, hoe code that people might, it's an unwritten rule that's whorish. Maybe. Tanisha's laughing at Cheryl. Toya Miller has joined. Thanks for coming back to Love and Stuff. Tanisha says, this sounds like a screenplay for a great movie. If I could get him to sell me the rights, I might do it. It's Love and Stuff. We like it. Nicole Black is watching. Thanks for coming, Nicole Black. I want you to jump right into this conversation. Tony G has joined us, one from Collective Peace, one of the musicians there who's been nominated for the Best in Black 313 finalist coming up this Saturday. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Kenyatta's laughing at whoredom. I'm just saying. Darius and whoredom. Yeah, it's kind of like I'm going to thinking biblically. When people in the church talk about whorish, they say, go a-whoring, because the Bible says that, and they say whoredom. So just pray for me. Just lift your hands where you are and say, give him another word besides whoredom. Tracy's laughing at the whoredom challenge. LaShawn says, a code of coochie. It's not a blunt to be passed around. Speaking of which, you don't live in Detroit. Was it a Michigan proposal? Did you vote no on both those proposals? No, we don't want dispensaries within 500 feet of daycare centers, schools, and the like. No. Ari says the separation of time in marriage does help, but I still couldn't promise I'd be with an ex-boy. We don't need to be so close that they could compare intimate notes on me. I don't know if it's about that. Should it be about the intimate notes? Why can't she date in a group? Come on, Nikki Black. Why can't she? Why? Tell me why. Or sexual notes, either of it came to that. I hope that you're in a group that's more mature, that the brothers wouldn't take sexual notes, or the sisters wouldn't say, didn't I tell you? Swing low, sweet chariot. I hope that sisters wouldn't do that with their real friends, right? Andre Clay has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Shakira says, okay. All right, I might swipe you in shortly. Vernita Baker says, if they truly over each other, why not? But everyone isn't mature. I told my ex, bring your new wife over. I will cook. That's awesome, Vernita. Yep. Most people aren't that mature. Some women would say, I ain't eating her food because she's going to try to poison me. But it does take a certain maturity. Adrian is laughing. Forget the guys. I'm coming at it as a woman. Thank you, Kenyatta. So 2 men in my small friend circle has seen me do this and that. What if me and the new guy don't work? Ugh, no sir, I will pass. I'll pass. I will stay out of the group. Okay, that's fair. Tanisha says, this was a movie, The Best Man. Kind of, sort of. But they kind of slept together while they were still kind of together, right? Right? So, not quite. Tanisha's laughing, I knew it. Kenyatta says, there's just so many people in the world. Why do you have to wallow in the same closed circle? I think love is where you find it. Love is where you find it. And sometimes you're looking close to home. And sometimes we're overlooking what's close to home. Sometimes. LaShawn says, you and Tanisha are cracking me up right now. Yes, they are hilarious. Kamal says, this is more common than we think. When this happens, the dynamic always changes. The friendship will have to change. It's only natural. Very good. Thank you, sir. Valerie Colbert Osamwedi joined us. Still one of my favorite people. Come on into this conversation, Val. Help us out. Come on, Collective Peace. I know. I was like clapping for him. He was like, I didn't know we were even nominated. I'm like, oh, I didn't make the finals. And you did, and you didn't even know you were nominated. Dang, that's how that go. But I really enjoyed them the time that you invited me to hear them. So I hope that they do well. I mean, I know 313 Band is also in the finals for best band, but I don't know the third. But thanks, Adrian. I'm glad you voted no on both proposals. I think they worded it in a way that kind of made it was kind of tricky, I thought. And I don't like that, especially where we have some literacy challenges in our city. It's worded in a way almost that you want people to think you were saying this is a good thing because we're going to put more measures in place to regulate it, when in fact you're reducing the number of feet from 1,000 to 500, and you're including locations such as child care centers, schools, churches, places that the dispensary should not be within 500 feet of. I digress. Do men really talk about intimate notes? Yes, Tanisha, we do. But we don't when it's in love, not when we're deep in love. We wouldn't talk about the notes if Adrian is married, I am not. If Adrian, before he got married, so that no one will say anything wrong, I'm just using him as an example. If we both went to Murray Wright at a point, and if we got with the same woman, and that's all that was to us, like Ronaldo said earlier, we might have compared notes. But if Adrian married somebody that I had some dealings with unbeknownst to Adrian, I would never say that to Adrian. He would never know, because that's not something you tell your boy. You don't tell him, your girl, you blessed. Because your girl, you blessed. That's all I'm going to say. That's not something, at least not something I would do. There might be other people that would do that. Not something I would do. Not cool. Ashley Jolly has joined. Welcome to Love and Stuff. Shirley Smith has joined. Welcome to Love and Stuff. Jan Holmes says, was girlfriend still hanging out within the group before she got with the second guy? Yes. They all travel together. They have girls' nights out. The fellas have sports nights, or they drive to different sporting events. They all hung out together. All during this time, and the two of them, according to him, never embarked upon anything, never showed any signs to each other. He approached her after the friend got married, and he said, okay, now he's married, she's beautiful, I'm going to ask her out on a date. Christina Smith says, I'm all for love. It makes people do awkward things. Come on. Seriously, he should go for it. Go for it! Ivo Jackson is joining us. Parks Charles has joined us. Both of you, welcome to Love and Stuff. Shakira says, heck, no, a dispensary that close to the church, all the members would be late. I cannot with you today, Shakira. I love you. I love you more, Ivo. I love you more. I'm just saying, I love you more. Surely the topic is, let's say that you and I were in a group of 11 people. Pam, a couple other folks. You and I dated for 3 years. We broke up. 2 years later, I get married. And in our group is Raphael Bryant. And you decide that you're going to date Raphael Bryant. Is that okay? Should I be upset? Raphael's been in the group all along, but now I'm married. Should I have any different feeling about it? Sandra Spencer, the lovely Sandra Spencer, has joined us. Thank you for coming back to Love and Stuff. Tiny Dismue says, that would be so odd to me. Sometimes the circle becomes more like family when you've been around each other for a long time. I can't be with my brother. Good point, Tanya. And clearly they didn't have a brotherly, sisterly love. But good point. LaShawn says, nah, they were on a break when Taye Diggs' character hit. There's no exact science to hoeing. They were, but Taye did, but so you're missing the point that Morris Chestnut married her. The woman that is from our inbox, that's the married woman, was not part of the group. She's being brought into the group. A little different, but I hear you. You're working. I get it. Kenyatta, nobody said they were in love. They just started dating. He's talking about pursuing love. Why would he need to pursue it in the same circle? Why wouldn't you pursue love if you found someone that was attractive, who was available? Available and attractive. You have things in common. You already know. I'm not sure that there should be a whole code around this. Some hard coding. There are way more women than men. That's so true. James Perkins has joined us. Not the pastor, but another James Perkins. No exact science to hoeing. You know, LaShawn. Felix has joined us. My nephew. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Charlie Charlie Hawkins has joined us. Musician extraordinaire. Thank you, sir. Kenyatta says, right, Aria, LOL. Adrian saying, exactly. Tracy said, dang, I got on the proposals and I am literate. Reading every word. Oh, Tracy. Oh, Tracy. Tanisha, I know you screaming. You blessed. Swing low, sweet chariot. You blessed. Derek Thomas has watched us. Is watching. Aria says, thanks. That's exactly why we don't date the boys of our exes, though, Marcus. That same feeling you just expressed. Well, I understand. I get it. I do understand it. I do. Taft Cleveland has joined us. Andre Clay says, that's something real men don't do. Talk. I agree with you. I think, now, what I think, though, Andre, real men that are close, if they hit somebody that they didn't really see any future in, and at some point down the road, the other one hit that person, known or unknown, they might compare notes. But I'm saying, in general, fellas don't sit around with someone that they're marrying or that they're dating and talk about, yeah, I hit her before, she good. I haven't seen that experience, but it might exist. So I agree with you. Cheryl says there will be some bonds, interest, and potentials if they all be clustered together. If the ex has moved on, the group needs to as well. Great point, Cheryl. I agree with you. Toya said he's married now, so it shouldn't matter. It just shouldn't. It just shouldn't. Kim James is here, and people are cracking up laughing, and I think they're just hilarious. Hey there, beautiful lady, Kim James. I mean, I couldn't think of a better word, Tanisha. It seems like there's a hard code for whole code around these kind of things that I just don't know. And I want to go back and inform because I haven't seen him come into the Love and Stuff community tonight. Of course, I wouldn't identify him when we pull stuff out the inbox. I don't attach names to it. But I always like people to come and just be in the room to hear. I haven't seen him come in, but I'd like to go back to tell him, hey, there's an unwritten rule, a hard code around whole code. And here's how it reads. Because, you know, woo, no percolator. I know when I saw James Perkins' name, I was like, oh, Lord. Vernita Baker, the ex-husband should consider what's important. If he's no longer able to love her, is he going to treat her right? The ex-husband should consider what's important. If he's no longer able to love her, is he going to treat her right? He certainly should. I can't see, unless, again, I was saying earlier, Vernita, some people in a relationship in 2010, but they don't reconcile or resolve the issues related to that until 2013. So when we end things, we got to reconcile and resolve then and not impact everybody along the path because we haven't found reconciliation and resolution. So I'm hoping that he would have already found resolution. She's old and sensitive. That's funny. Tracy, yes, she is. Carmen Evans has joined. Thank you so much. She's a faithful coming to Love and Stuff, part of our community, and she's been under the weather, so I hope you are well. Speaking wellness and wholeness to you now. Kenyatta says, because there are other available and attractive women, he's inviting drama. Both are. Like the sisters in Soul Food, that never really goes away. I agree to some point that it does invite drama, but it requires adults to be mature. You have to be mature when it's involving such complex, as Tanya has said and Cheryl has said, such complex interactions and relationships that have become like family. You have to be mature about the adult decisions that people make and honor and respect them in those decisions. Hey, brother Taft Cleveland, why did I get married all day? Yeah. Hey, y'all, I'm going to have to watch later, but I wanted to say hi. I'm so glad you came through. Terry Love said, and there's friends already, so that's a good start. It is a great start, Terry, and a great point. Kenyatta says, every man calls themselves real men. What man wouldn't? But in the end, I hear the same stuff. Well, I don't know if you hear the same stuff from everybody. And I don't know how to pronounce your first name, Mr. Israel. I'm going to say Kenya. I might be saying it incorrectly, but welcome to Love and Stuff. Kim James says, hey, friend. Kenyatta says, meaning running their mouths on women they slept with. And not every man does that. Just not every man does that. I can't concur with that. But I respect that that's what your experience has informed you to see. Christina says, wouldn't it be better or different if he brought a new friend into the group? She would feel even more awkward because of the friend's ties. That's a good point. That could be. Ari says, but this is a new relationship. He's not in love yet. He just might talk about it with his boy still. I don't know. Not if he's serious about her. Not if it's something, because he's saying this might be his chance for love. So that's not something I think that he would. I can't speak, with a certainty or surety that he wouldn't, but I think it's a little different. He does seem to really be interested in it being more. Ronaldo says, oh my God, y'all are too sensitive. People search all of their lives for love and some never find it. If the two of them are happy, then wish them happiness. This has nothing to do with him being less than a man. That man is no... And I can't get the ... Aiken Royal has joined us. Adrian said, I'd like to be in on the debrief with old boy after the session. Me too. Me too. I'd like to be there. LaShonda's laughing. Adrian, me too. Tabitha Goodner has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Aria says, me too. Yeah, I think it will be interesting. Adrian raises a good point. Maybe they should decide to talk with the entire group all together and then say, hey, this is what's going down. Are you all okay with this? Even if you're not, we're still going to, what are your issues? What do you foresee? But I bet the person that's going to be great with it, going to say, go and be great, is going to be his wife. She's going to be like, oh, bad. Yeah, she found love. Because she don't want her, she don't want the ex to be thinking, okay, Midnight Creek. She wants her focus somewhere else. So she'll probably be like, I'm with you. If it was me, I'd do the same thing. Because she wants her to, be with somebody. I could see that. Shakira says, I disagree totally. Drama can only come if you allow it. And not every man calls himself a real man. I had dinner, danced, and sat all night with my wife's ex. Okay. No, I didn't say every man talks about who they've slept with. I'm saying every man calls themselves real men, and a woman wouldn't know who will talk and who won't. Well, that's part of being vulnerable. In last week's episode of Opening, that you and LaShawn had such opposing viewpoints. Open yourself to the possibility of love. It's vulnerability, which means you could be hurt. Love is a risk. It's a gamble. Ask God. He gambled on us by sending Jesus. He gambled on Marcus Holmes and said, that one there, I need a cross just for that one there. God took a risk on me. And so love is about a risk. It's about vulnerability. And so you kind of have to be open to the fact that, yeah, I could be with him and it could go to another level or it could not. And he might be childish and discuss our affairs with his friends. Tracy said, what is all this concern about the men talking? Are they in middle school? Let's give them credit for being adults. I'd like to. I'm with you and Andre. Not your Andre, but Andre Clay. He said, real men don't talk. And so, I think there are men that talk, and their maturity level might be different than the average man. I think you do have to give us a little bit more credit. Andrea Elise Hunter has joined us. Welcome to Love and Stuff. Kenyatta says, child, I'm so surprised how many grown 40 and 50-year-old men act like children. I'm just saying. I'm going to get you, and if Tara King comes in here, I'm going to get y'all in a different group of men and women. Because there are a lot of grown 40 and 50-year-old men who don't act like children. There's some grown 20 and 30-year-old men who don't act like children. They just aren't the ones that get celebrated, because a lot of times women celebrate the bad guys and thugs. Another show, not today's show, though. Terry King just came in. I was just talking about you. I was saying, well, I'm going to get you in a different circle so you all can see, because you keep meeting these not so good people. Aria says, but not at her date, right? Had dinner, danced, and stuff all night, I mean. I got to swipe Shakira's in because I need to get what he's telling me. And I haven't seen where you gave me the opportunity to swipe you, so you need to open yourself up. Jennifer Jackson Horton, my high school buddy, has joined. Welcome to Love and Stuff. Love you. Oh, I see other people that have joined. I didn't see you come in the room. I apologize. James Keith Brown has joined us. I said Stephanie, she's here. Some great people are still here, and thanks for staying. I'm going to see if I can swipe in Shakira's. I'm bringing him in on camera. Shakaris, I'm inviting you, and I'm gonna let you go. I'm not gonna hold you long. I tried to invite Cheryl, and it kicked everybody out. So let's not cross fingers. Let's just lift our hands and send the positive energy. Shakaris, it's inviting you, and I need you to respond. You declined the invitation, it says. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm back. Too much technical opportunities I got to have a camera. I need Carmen to be well so she can be my camera man, woman, person. All right, I'm inviting you one more time, Shakaris, then I'm moving on.
Hello.
All right. Turn it around. What you doing to the camera?
Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm sorry, I went to
go.
Cody. You know I got that Cody education.
I'm gonna pray for you and Cody. Lift your hands. Let me see you. I gotta see you. Come on now. You on live camera. All right. So you said you had that problem with your ex. Tell us about the problem that you had with your ex, and you gotta kind of keep the light going so we can see you.
So let me tell you, I went to a dinner engagement with my wife's ex. That he showed up. Her best friends that she went to middle school, elementary school. She dated her brother, and from dating her brother, I'd heard briefly about the young man, but I hadn't run into him. So when we got to the dinner, he showed up uninvited, unbeknownst to me. And of course, he was coming to size me up. You know how we as guys do. He wants to see how big I am, what I look like, and things of that nature. So it was very uncomfortable at first because Marcus, you know how I am.
Right.
So
which means what he means to say is that he's overcoming in holiness, and sometimes he's cousin to Peter, first cousin.
I've been delivered, and so he decided to take the petty road, which was even harder. Outside of the man of God, I am a godly man now, so I had to make sure that I protected the ministry first. But after the petty Paul crept in, I had no choice but to address the petty Paul, because now you're coming for my man. So he went on to come and sit by me, and he's got on these really cheap looking what do they call those, True Religion jeans, and some old school cowboy boots. And me, I'm more pristine. I have a suit and tie on because I just left work. So I'm so why are you laughing, Marcus? So
because
so the first thing I do, my wife is beautiful. So the first thing I looked at her was like, what is wrong? What's the matter? Like, why is this what you're doing? Why is this what you did? and he wasn't an ugly guy. I told her, I said, commend you, because at least he's not ugly. But certainly he looks like he shopped at Walmart. I don't really understand. You've been to Chicago and got some pants. And so, when he began to be petty, I waited for a few minutes for him to come over and say something to her. So he came over and he said hi. And after hi, he went off into, I ain't seen you in a while. So now we're pitching pennies because you say that you haven't seen her in a while. So I said, well, how long is a while? And he said, I haven't seen her since we used to date. I said, I was waiting on that because I know that you guys used to date. I said, the sad part is you wasn't putting out what she needed to keep her.
Yeah. So what? So basically, you felt uncomfortable at first, but it seems like you were able to size up the situation and clearly him, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so, have you seen him since?
Well, after the interchange, the exchange between he and I, because one thing that happens when a real man, because the young lady talked about real men, one thing that happens when a real man is addressing another potential or wannabe male, usually the one that's the real male, the other one can distinguish that, I'm not playing with you and I'm a real guy. So the joke was over. you can come sit over here. We can talk. We can be in the same place. We can laugh. We can joke. But don't come for my man, or we'll have a problem. So, after the sternness and the look on my face and, all that kind of happened, he kind of went on and weaseled on about his way. But, you have to let the Bible says, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. I'm not for foolishness. And once you become grown, because like I said, a young lady was talking about a grown man. Once you become a grown man, the Bible says we're supposed to put away childish things. When I was young, I thought like that. When I was younger, I would have got up and LaShawn and slapped fire from him. But, when you become older, you put away those things because I don't want to go to jail. I'm too cute. I can't.
I'm going to catch up on some of the comments. Stay there. Terry says, hello, young man. Fernando Sharp has joined us. Thanks for watching. I think, Terry, you're getting a foray into the topic. Letizia joined us. I was hoping that you would. Kenyatta says, I live near MSU and I'm surrounded by men who are educated, established, and leaders in the church and the community. Definitely not thugs, but they run their mouths like children. The gossip is crazy and it's the something. Okay. Evangelist Quran has joined us. Andre Clay says, maybe I worded the statement wrong. Mature men don't have discussions about their bedroom. No, I got what you were saying, Andre. I think that's even more clear, but I think I got it too. I'm glad you repeated it so that everybody got it. Latricia Turner's watching. Jamie Tucker's watching. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Raphael Williams is watching. He's laughing hilariously at you, Shakira, saying knockoffs. Tanisha saying, boy, quit playing. She's laughing at you. Tracy says, I bet the wife will be relieved that the ex-girlfriend is no longer available. The new relationship's existence may take some unacknowledged tension off the group and off the marriage. You're right, Tracy. I agree with that. Kenyatta says the men are not in their 20s. These men are 40s, 50s, and 60s. You cannot tell who is childish. You wouldn't think they would talk so much. Kenyatta, I'm going to give you we're going to do a show later about helping you tell who's childish and who isn't, because I think you can tell. Tanisha's laughing till she turns red. Aria says delivered with an ED, not a T. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Tanisha says I'm dying. Kim James is laughing. No swag. They're cracking up. Denise Bennett says hello, Shakira. Andre says hell no. Petty Paul. Yep, we should all do a hashtag of that. You've been to Chicago and got some pants. That's hilarious. They're dying. Wow. Bravo. Eric Bell has joined us. Kenyatta says people kill me saying folks couldn't keep somebody. Shaking her head. Raphael the Donald T. Robinson has joined us. Thanks so much. Shakira says, accident. Thank you. See, now my circle is mad thinking I brought drama to the group. Another issue with dating within the same circle. What if that's why I left him behind, because he wasn't mature enough? He's married now. That's not the issue. It's the rest of the group. Are they mature enough? Too petty for prison. That's my motto. Okay. Too pretty for prison. Yeah, that was funny. Gina Russell has joined us. Larry Nix has joined us. Wow, thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. A person is not kept. A person can be kept. Tasha Crown has joined us. Love you. So Shakira, thanks for joining in. And I think it really, if you're conscious about your inner circle, whether or not they're mature enough for it, certainly that's a consideration. And if you consider that there are complex dynamics, as Cheryl has said and Tanya has said earlier, not everybody can handle that. Not sure why they can't, but they can't. Tamika Edwards has joined us. Thanks for coming to Love and Stuff. Not everybody can handle the changing dynamics from a brotherly, sisterly, or friend kind of love to something that's more romantic or erotic. But I think adults have to be adults. It'd be a far different story if there was some infidelity in that circle, some other pieces that might add some spice, but I tried to extract all of that, and none of that was present from his version of it. A person has the choice to stay or not. Sorry, I hadn't finished my thought. A person does have the choice to stay or not, and a person has the choice to be kept. Christina has rejoined us. Thanks for coming back to Love and Stuff. And so for those of you that have joined midpoint or later on, we're talking about straight from the inbox, a gentleman who is a part of a group of 11, where one of his boys had a 3-year relationship with one of the women in the group, and then they broke up. And then 2 years later, his boy got married to another woman outside of the group, and he decided, not the one that broke up, but the guy in the group who's from the inbox, decided to approach her and start dating her. And so now they're dating, but they haven't let people in the group know, even though one saw them publicly and kind of told them that they shouldn't be doing it. and they kind of are wondering, should they go for it? At least he's wondering, should he go for it? Even though I think the fact that he's dating her and he thinks that this might be his chance at love, he's already going for it. So, we're looking for your input, and we've had some great input from many of you about whether or not you would allow yourself. Far many more women than men are saying, heck no. It's breaking a code. It's whorish. You're breaking the whole code. We've had all kind of terms and nomenclature. We can probably build our own stuff nomenclature based on it. Stephanie Bolger has joined us or come back. Thank you for coming back to Love and Stuff. But I think it really does. I think if you want to give value or weight to your friends, which I think a lot of us do in the circles in which our circles of love is what I like to refer to it as. We trust these people. We value their opinion. We value their input, and we value their perception of us. We think it might be one of the truer perceptions of us. So I understand that, but you also have to rely on that circle to be as mature as you or more mature to handle a change in dynamics. Tanisha says, I'm all about love, but I just don't think it's cool to date within the friend group. Can we really remain friends as before, and will issues come up that wouldn't if there was no friendship dating? Good point. I think it does take very mature positions. Denise Bennett has joined us. Thank you for joining Love and Stuff. She says, I think people should mind their own business. Interesting. And so, Denise, if you were a part of this group of 12, would you wouldn't feel some kind of way when you all are all out to dinner together? And would you say, they didn't used to be together, and they used to be together? Or would you just say, hey, that don't matter? Adrian, I agree. Tanisha raises an excellent point. Very well articulated. I agree. But I think it takes a mature group of adults to deal with it. Because the reality is, if a man thinks he wants love, and I have a theory that I hope to talk about in future Love and Stuff community moments, that everyone is seeking love. And there are people seeking love, and they don't even know that that's what they're seeking. But everybody's seeking love. More than just validation and affirmation, I think everybody's seeking love. But if a man is looking for love, for a long-term relationship, he's going to go for it. If he sees someone that is available and attractive, whatever his standards of attraction are. I've very rarely met a man who was looking for love and did not go for it, where there was an availability and there was some kind of chemistry or attraction. Jan says the key will be how the married man X responds to the new relationship. Good point. He probably was fine as long as girlfriend was still single. Great point. Now he'll more than likely feel some kind of way. His wife will sense that. Great point, cousin. Tanisha, that seems like a concern that would exist whether they were exes in the group or not. That's a good point, Cheryl. Thank you. Shakira says, I'm back, phone died. Too late. No, I might swipe you back in. But you're hilarious. You go to the comedy hour in 2 seconds flat.
So those of you that are just tuning in, as I said at the outset, that is replay content. So I am laughing at these comments where people are saying, where can we see the comments? It's replay content. And I thought it was a wonderful show that I would bring back for replay content because I wanted to get your commentary and your opinion on it. So thank all of you that are here joining. And some of you are like, what, where are those comments? So Cheryl Swacker O'Neal and Tabitha and Leon Wilson and Patricia Taylor and Barbara Jones. Did I say Tabitha Goodner? Beatrice Lynette Woodward Hill and Kamal Williams, who is the host of Sports Talk with Kamal and Felix, which comes on this Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Noble Jelks, Karen Poole, Christopher Bryant, hello, little brother. Nicole Baldwin, one of our fantastic members of the Love and Stuff community who has her own business in jewelry. You need to check her page out. Nicole, drop a link to your page so people can check it out. Michelle BK, Gerald Harvey, shaking his head, all of you that are here. And so this was a throwback from the inbox. Is it love or familiarity? I think that's a great question. I think for some, especially for some men, Chris, you might know this, you might speak to it. We might have some trouble differentiating between the two, right? Because what's familiar to us makes us comfortable for some men. And that brings us peace if it's familiar to us, right? And some men, it brings us stability. And that's what we look. I was just telling a young lady that she was like, he doesn't want to be with me because women, for some reason, don't understand their power. He doesn't want to be with me. I'm too big. I've gained weight. And I said, if you are settled with yourself and settled with him, he can be settled with you. But sometimes when a woman is all over the place and herself, it unsettles the man she's with. Most men, it might be anecdotal for some people, but most men want peace. Sure, they want good cooking, they want good sex, and some will say good fellatio, another show. They want a beautiful woman who is attractive and who, in her own way, in his own way, who cares for herself and cares for the children and takes care of the home. Yep. But they want peace and security. They want to know you ain't going nowhere. Not meaning you're not going levels. You're not going to be today, I'm a wife, tomorrow, else on the other side of the world. A man wants some stability. And women say, I want stability, but so does a man. He wants to know that even though you're changing that hair and those pieces and those wigs and those braids, that underneath it is the same intelligent, crazy, Southern, bougie, whatever person. He wants you to be stable. He wants to know he can rely on you to be consistent. And that puts him at ease. He doesn't want all that drama, all that nagging, no, he wants peace. He wants, when he comes home from the world, I almost said the white man, that's the Herbert Holmes in me speaking, comes home from the world, being beat up from the world, he wants to know that where he's coming to is clean and peaceful. And sometimes I think the women forget that that is a power to bring peace and stability. Yeah, bring him some good, whatever is good, food and whatever else he can eat. Bring all that. But bring him peace. And that peace will be what envelops him more than some of the other things. If you can be peaceful, you can be a safe place, you can be stable. Now people saying, wait a minute, Marcus, the love activist, that's what I'm looking for from him. He's looking for the same thing from you. You want him to be a protector and provider, I get it. And you want him to be able to bear your physical safety, but he wants you to bear his mental safety. He wants to know that you're going to build him up and not tear him down. He wants to know that you're everything in his corner to push him forward. And that brings him peace. And so I think that is important to this familiarity, to your point, Chris. I think that familiarity is, I'm not a psychologist, but I think that familiarity is kind of even from the womb, that a woman to a man in most good relationships, she brings him peace and some kind of stability. If he had a really great mom and he could rely on that mom, he learned peace and stability. That's why some sons are so in love with their mother and the image of their mother. I'm one of those sons because she brought peace. There was a way that my mother could say, baby, everything's okay. And it was, because she said it was. And some of me looks for that same peace and safety, right? So that could vary based on relationship, right? But I think that familiarity is because you want to be comfortable. And so I think it's that he found a safe place, right, in a familiar place. And I'm not mad at him for that, even though after watching it back, I'm wondering what benefit it might have been for him to step to his friend and say, I want you to hear it first from me that your ex and I are now dating. Is this going to make you feel uncomfortable in this circle? Because I don't, but she does. That'd be my first conversation. And maybe I would tell him whether or not she does feel uncomfortable. Then I'm having a conversation with her. Why do you feel uncomfortable? Is there something unresolved? Is there something I need to know? Why do you feel uncomfortable? Is it because of the women, or is it because of the way you are ended? Is there something you need to resolve? But if I felt that this was my chance for love, I'm probably going to take it. But I also understand there is the potential for some collateral damage among the relationships in the group, because somebody's bound to think, oh yeah, I was thinking that all the time. And I'm not going to be as moved by that as maybe she would. She might be like, see, I told you. I'm like, you can think what you want to think. I respected this man, and this man told you absolutely not. He closed the door because he done married somebody else. It'd be different if they had been married. It might even be different if he wasn't seeing somebody else. It'd be different if it was more recent. But we're talking about 4 years, and 2 years in, he got married. Now, there are friends that would say, well, dang, he was kind of looking at her all the time. But if I am the friend that got married, that's the past. God bless you. Great for you. Hope it works out well for you, because I've got my honey love and I'm gonna hold on to her. So, but I definitely could see where familiarity can play a role into it. Hello, Valencia Etner, Pastor Etner. Thank you for all of your work with the Gratefulness Moments this month. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You should watch Be Encouraged Ministries. Tell me the time, drop it in the comments. It's Central Standard Time, but you want a moment to lift you up. You want to get with Be Encouraged Ministries. And I'm so excited for the work that you're doing around gratefulness and gratitude this month. And I think it is the month to do that. All right. I wanted to just harken back to one more thing. You know, in this Facebook episode, there are 11 friends in the group. Some people don't have friend groups that large, but a lot of us might have associates that from time to time, it could be a large group of people. And in that group, you're going to have varying levels of relationship. Varying levels of relationship. Your best friend could be in that group, and then you could have other friends that are your homeboys. They're not your best friend, but your best friends in that group. You follow? So there are varying levels of relationship. The closer those levels of relationship, I believe, the more important it is to have communication directly with those individuals versus the entire group. So let's say this is this man's best friend. And in this case, it's not his best friend, but let's say it is. If it's your best friend and it's your best friend's ex, even though he's moved on, I think because of the closeness of your relationship, it should dictate that you have a separate conversation with that friend, because that friend could misunderstand. I understand it varies. Yes, that friend could misunderstand what your intent is. So 3 o'clock Central Standard Time for Be Encouraged Ministries each Tuesday afternoon. And she said it varies sometimes because life be lifing. Don't we all know? But we are thankful and pleased for you continuing the journey and the work. And we love it here in the Love and Stuff community. And we love you. I think it's important for, a large group. I have a inner court of friends. I'll call it that, an inner circle. And then I have friends that might not be in that inner circle, but they're friends. Like there are friends that I have in a circle and we're all each other's friends. And then we have other friends who aren't all each other's friends, but we might all hang out, right? And those relationships are different, right? I almost want to say sanctity, the priority, the importance, the sacredness of those friendships are different in that inner circle, which is why I think it's very important that if you are in that inner circle, that close-knit circle, and then you have this kind of dating relationship, you really do need to have some conversation before you go out and start dating. So in this, very early on in this, this throwback, you heard me say that they went on a date, and one of the 11 of the friends or the other friends happened to see them on the date, and she went in. How could you dare do this? This violates the code. She was like LaShawn, this violates the H code. This is the H code violation. I won't even say that word. I just can't give it too much. I can't give it. I won't do it. And the woman and the girlfriend who was the ex was kind of saying, see, this is how everybody's going to think. And he was like, I don't care how everybody thinks. They got to grow up. But I and said to him then, shoulda, woulda, coulda, have a conversation with those people before you all start just coming out. I mean, hey, you can do it that way and just be like, ta-da. Here we are, it's Thanksgiving. We all got together for Thanksgiving. Here I am with the chitlins. I know people don't like chitlins, but I'm going to have some if I find them. Here I am with the giblet gravy, and here's my boo. Y'all know him already, right? Instead of that, say to the group, hey, we want to bring something to your attention. Here's what's happening. Because we love you all, we understand that this might land differently on different people. And we just wanted to give you the opportunity to share how you feel. And then we can let that be, because we're going to pursue this. And if it goes well, goes well. If it doesn't, we can't say we didn't try for love. And have those conversations. And I think if you have a mature group of friends, if they don't agree, and some may not, they're going to respect you for coming to them. And while there might be a huge shift in the dynamic, this will allay some of the concerns. This might ameliorate, this might reduce some of the angst and concerns if you kind of just have some communication, which, we think is the quintessential thing. Why? Because love communicates. God is love. And you might not believe it, but God is communicating. God is speaking to us through our relationships, through the word, by Holy Spirit, by someone else to confirm. God is speaking to us. God is a communicator. Love communicates. Love ain't going to have you just out here and not telling you what love wants from you. Love is going to find a way to get into your ear the way that you can hear from love. Love has got a way to get into your eyes so that you can see what love is showing you. Love is a communicator. And because God is a communicator, and we are in his image and in his likeness, and he wants us to love him with everything we have. He wants us to communicate back to him, so that when we go to love ourselves and others, we got communication front of mind, that we don't expect for people to osmosis understand where we're coming from. And we don't expect for people to just not have any feelings about where we're coming from, but we in an open way communicate to them, so that in the way that they can hear us. Because if we're communicating and we're the only one understanding our message, are we really communicating? You got to communicate to other people in the ways that reach them, not in your preferred method or style. Thank God he doesn't communicate to me in my preferred method or style, right? I might be saying, well, God, I need a miracle, and you need to bring it on this street, and you need to bring it at this time, right? We got our own preferred method. Well, God, if you're going to rebuke me, don't do it in front of people, right? We got our own method, right? God, if you can let somebody betray it, don't let it be that one. We got our own method. But God says, no, I'm going to communicate in a way that's going to get your attention. I'm going to communicate in a way that's going to be effective. I'm going to communicate in a way that's going to leave an indelible mark. I'm going to communicate in a way that's going to bring you to yourself, and then bring you to your higher self, because I'm calling you to the highest expression of love that you can live out in this world. So if we say communication first, we're going in with love, but we're not going into love blindly, and we're not going into love recklessly, and we're not going into love without regard. Because how you behave can impact an entire community of friends. It's 10:15 and I haven't done a long loving. This has been a long one. But I think a good one going into this holiday season as we'll continue to go down the journey of gratefulness in this month and thankfulness and family and community. I want to encourage you that in your relationships, that whatever turns and changes you might decide to make, because a lot of times we get to the end of the year and we start reflecting and saying, who we gonna cut out, who we stop. I ain't heard from them all year. We start to make these decisions. Lead with love and lead with a communication language of love so that you can reach the hearts, the minds, the ears of the people that need to hear your message. Doesn't mean that they will like it, but if you communicate to them, hopefully they will respect it. It's been a great evening. I hope that you have clicked share. If you haven't, take a moment right now to do that. If you haven't, to click share and tag 5 of your friends, 5 of your more popular subscribers, just to get them talking about this topic around love and how love might present itself to you. Just as it was true in that throwback, I still believe that everybody is seeking love. And oftentimes people are seeking it and they don't know that that's what they're seeking for. They're seeking love. We think they're seeking validation or affirmation or belonging, but they may really be seeking love. And I want to encourage you to be open to the people around you as you go in this holiday season, because many of them are seeking your love. They're seeking to be seen and heard and felt and touched and valued. They're seeking attention and intention. Do you intend to be in relationship with them, connect with them, love them? We all need love. And thankfully, the quintessential that is love, God, loves us so much that he's willing to put his signature on our love and our life if we but let him. He wants to be actively and intimately involved in our actions and interactions. And I believe with my whole heart that he's communicating that to us. And so maybe that's the gift of this season, to be reminded that we are not left out or discarded. You are not alone. That someone, if but just the quintessential love in your mind, loves you. You are not unloved. You are not unlovable. But you are a valued part of a community of people who love. And if you're going into this holiday season feeling alone, feeling lonely, feeling depressed, you're in grief or in sorrow, we want to ensure that around the holidays, you become connected to love. Inbox us here in the Love and Stuff community so that we can connect you to resources that can help you to stand in that love, because sometimes when you're not feeling love, it's hard to stand up. We want to help you stand and help you walk in this love. And just in case you will be alone on Thanksgiving Day, we'll certainly be around the Love and Stuff community during the day to share some time with you so that you will be reminded that you are not alone. This community is filled with some amazing people. I am so grateful. I am so honored And I'm so thankful that among the inventory of relationships and people that I have met, many online and some in person, that there are some great people of love in the Love and Stuff community. And I hope that you'll lean a little bit more into the community and join inside of Love and Stuff, the group inside of Love and Stuff, to meet more people 1-on-1 and 2-on-2 and 10-on-10. And that you will join us on Thanksgiving during the day. If you have any moments where you're not going to be with family, that you will join us here in the Love and Stuff community, and there'll be more information coming for that. All right. Before I go, I just want to let you know also, and I didn't put the link up, but there is an ebook I want to tell you about. So all of that Thanksgiving food that you and I are about to cook, I was thinking about it. And I said, self, I know I'm going to be preparing. Now, I'm not going to cook a turkey, but I'm going to buy one from Boston Market. It's made my life easy. I love it. But I'm going to make dressing and all the fixings, right? Got all the fixings. But then there are sometimes leftovers. Now, Autumn will eat some leftovers. My nephew, he'll eat some leftovers, but that leaves a lot of leftovers. I might have others, other family will be there, but I'm talking about people who come back for leftovers, right? So there'll be some food left. And like my mom, I believe in cooking the food. She would make turkey fricassee, turkey succotash, turkey surprise, right? Well, I created an ebook with 10 of those recipes that I think you will enjoy, that you can use for your leftovers. So I'm going to make sure that the link is there so that if you want to get that ebook and try any of these 10 recipes after Thanksgiving is over, and you want to store, you don't want to just freeze the food, you want to have some things that you can eat that are a little different, but using some of those same ingredients. I think you want the magic of leftovers. It's an ebook that I will have available. It is available in my Stan store right now, but I didn't grab the link as quickly as I intended to. But I want you to have it and use it and share it with others. Well, don't share it with others because you'd have to. I think it's $8, so don't share it with others. But you might cook the recipe for someone in your family, and then we might be able to come together and talk about some of those wonderful recipes. And you might have other recipes that you would love to share. So I meant to get the link for that, but I will do that tomorrow at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I had to think about it. Darren Williams, Pastor Darren Williams, who's also part of this Love and Stuff community, like Pastor Etner, they have a calling, like, I almost called her Pastor Goodner, like Reverend Cheryl. They have these huge callings on their life. And so Pastor Williams leads our exploration of journey through the scriptures in love and the scriptures. And that group connected to that is growing as well. And we want you to lean into that tomorrow. It's 30 minutes. And I think you definitely want to tune in. He is excited about the work that he is doing. And I invite you to join him tomorrow at 6 p.m. right here in the Love and Stuff community. And then on Saturday, Sports Talk with Kamau and Felix. Listen, these fellas are committed and they love sports. They love sports. They got me watching more sports than I've been watching. They got me watching the Lions again, and I was giving up on the Lions. They love sports. Kamau Williams and Felix Holmes are the host and co-host of Sports Talk with Kamau and Felix, and their group is growing. I'm so proud of these fellas. They're doing it. They are really committed to it. And they have many, many wonderful things, including ladies, women in sports. There's a new segment that they do just women in sports, which I love. All of the creative ways and ideas that they come up with, stupid sports news and all of the things that they do. And they are hilarious, as you may know. They are hilariously funny. And it's a good time on Saturday, this Saturday at 11:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss them. It's all in the love sphere, things we love, people we love, and the scriptures we love. And I hope that you will come and share with them. Hey, Angela Wilson, I saw a post and I hope that you are doing well. Wish you Godspeed and healing. I wish all of you Godspeed and healing. Anybody that is under the weather or having any surgeries or recovering from them, may love be your portion. May love be and healing be the children's bread. May your portion be filled with healing and love. All right. So, coming to a close at 11:25. As you can see, I don't want to let you go. But I want you to know how much I enjoy doing Love and Stuff and how much I enjoy meeting the people that come through Love and Stuff. You are some amazing people. And if no one this week has told you that you're amazing, I'm here to tell you. As a matter of fact, as a certified life coach, I'm telling you what I tell some of the coaching clients. I want you to say, I will myself to co-create an amazing life, because the amazing, the quintessential love is within me. What did I say? So what time did I say? Whatever time I said, it's 10:26. Maybe I thought I was in another time zone. It's 10:26, which has been 2 hours from 8:30, basically. And so it's not a 2-hour show, but I wanted to do this replay. And then, of course, I have the gift to gab, and I just wanted to come behind it. And here I am at 10:26. So I had to come and say that. Yep, it is 10:26. I don't know what time I said it was, but whatever time that was, clearly that was wrong. And I'm delirious with love for all of you. And so do me a favor, click share right now and tag some people to join in this discussion about the boundaries that we have in our inner circle around relationships. Tag someone and say, hey, could you do this? Because that's really been what we wanted to do with all of these topics that come from the inbox. Is not just provide you salacious stories. There are many creators around. Okay, mine says 10:25, J. Gerald. So I don't know where you are in the world, but I think you're in the United States, which means that you're not at 11:25. Which made me lose my thought. See, J. Gerald, that made me lose my thought. Really, I lost my thought. I was on a train. What I want you to know, no, right? I'm just going on, and J. Gerald just throwing me off. What I do want you to know is that the Love and Stuff community could not be great, would not be great without you, because you are amazing. Thank you, Kamal. I'm sorry. I threw an extra hour. Thank you. That's what I said. Thank you. Help me out. Help me out. I sprung forward already in daylight savings time. You are amazing. And this is one of the affirmations that I tell that folks that I'm coaching. I will myself, I WILL myself, to co-create an amazing day, life, relationship, project, career, because the amazing is within me. The amazing is really within you. The quintessential love is within you. And if you allow him to dwell in you richly, the amazing within you will spring forward in every area of your life. And maybe someone didn't tell you how amazing you were today. But before Tuesday closes at 10:29, you are amazing. Can the 7 of you that are here say, I am amazing in the comments? Would you do that? I am amazing. Just say it. Type it. Sing it. Some of you could sing it. Preach it. But drop it in the comments. I am amazing. I want you to know it. I want you to walk it. I want you. Yes, you are. One person said it. Come on. Come on, I need come on, the rest of you that are here. Come on, Jalitha, I didn't know you were. All right, come on. Angela, come on. You are amazing. 1029, thank you. You are amazing. Yes, you are amazing. All of you are amazing. And this community is amazing because you're in it. It's amazing because you're in it. And it will keep being amazing because you're in it. And people like you are in it. Yes, I see the highs. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. On Thanksgiving Day, we have done it for the last several years. We started doing it during the pandemic. We'll continue again this year. What we do is from about 12 until, I don't know, 6, 7 or something in the afternoon, evening. Each hour, we ask members of our Love and Stuff community to dedicate some of their Thanksgiving time and invite other people who would be alone on Thanksgiving. There's still people that are alone. Now, some people want to be alone. And that's their desire. It's not my desire for them. But if that's someone's desire, you have to honor what they want, right? But there are some people who have lost a parent, lost a husband, a wife, a child, a sibling, lost a pet, lost a best friend, lost a coworker. Someone is feeling alone, and the holidays can be especially tough when you're not connected. And maybe you won't be connected in person with someone. Maybe you will. But you can choose to come into our holiday room via Zoom that will be available for people to join from anywhere, just to have some time, share a laugh, share a memory, share a prayer, share a song, share some comedy, just to reinforce to you that you're not alone and that there's enough love to envelop you. So join us. You'll hear more about it for Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, the 23rd of November. And I hope that as many of you that can will come, and those of you that will volunteer to take one of the hours or 30 minutes of the time to kind of lead the session, I would appreciate your presence and assistance. All right. It's 10:33. And like a preacher would say, I'm getting ready to close. No. Finally, my brethren. Finally. Oh, there's Darren Williams. Join him tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you all for joining. Don't forget to click share. Click share. Tag somebody. And then go and join Inside Love and Stuff. I'm Marcus Holmes, the love activist. I'm advocating for better love for you and me. Right. Finally, my brethren, for you and me, advocating for a better love, because I think we are all seeking love. Not all seeking the same love. And some of us don't even know that we're seeking love. But we're all seeking love. And I love you. I love you, J. Gerald. Love you all. And have a wonderful night. God bless you.
Keeping it safe for when you're back with me. Keeping it safe for when I'm back with me.
Marcus, I want to congratulate you on Love and Stuff. I really want you to know that staying grateful and understanding the power of what it is to be operating out of a space of abundance and gratitude is the most important part of every journey of every day. So Marcus June, congratulations on this book. It's on Amazon now. That makes me so proud of you and your family and me and my family, and every single person around us gets it. So good on you for bringing it into the hands and the laps and the Kindles of all the people. Okay, so we're gonna check it out. Can't wait to learn more.
Yeah. 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 Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Born and bred, saved by love, call my